Hello everybody, this is James Mendrick running for Illinois governor. So Illinois was built on agriculture. Long before politics, before bureaucracy, before consultants and commissions, this was a land worked by families who believed in stewardship, hard work, and passing something better on to the next generation. Today, those families are being pushed out, not by the market, not by the lack of their own efforts, but by government policy. High estate taxes are forcing farm families to sell land that has been in their families for generations. When a farmer passes away, their heirs are often hit with a crushing tax bill that can only be paid by selling acreage, breaking up farms, or selling out entirely. That is not fairness. That is government forcing families off of their own land. Illinois estate tax exemptions sits far below the federal threshold, and that gap punishes farmers simply because their land has increased in value over time. Paper value should not destroy real livelihoods. As governor, I will fight to raise the Illinois estate tax exemption to match the federal limits so family farms can stay in family hands. Farmers should be planning crop rotations, not liquidating plans. But estate taxes aren't the only threat to Illinois farmlands. Across our state, farmers are increasingly pressured into long-term solar farm leases that take productive farmland out of use, often permanently. And these deals are sold as easy money, but the long-term consequences are rarely explained. Once land is compacted by heavy equipment, stripped of topsoil, exposed to chemicals that can leach into the ground, it may never be suitable for farming again. Future generations lose the ability to grow crops on land their families once depended on. Let me be clear. I'm not opposed to innovation or energy development, but Illinois should never sacrifice prime farmland, food production, and generational stewardship for short-term policies that hollow out rural communities. Farmers should be farming the land, not signing away its future because government policy leaves them no other choice. We also need to be clear about who should own Illinois farmland and who should not. Illinois land should belong to Illinoisans and American citizens, not foreign governments or foreign-controlled entities. States like Arkansas have seen the light and they've already acted, passing laws that restrict foreign adversaries from owning or controlling agricultural land tied to food production and national security, and we should be doing the same. Illinois should follow that common sense approach. As governor, I will not allow China or any other foreign adversary to buy and control Illinois farmland. Our food supply, our land, and our national security are too important to sell off. Returning land ownership to Illinois families and protecting it from foreign control is not extreme. It's called responsible leadership. At the same time, we need to help farmers restore the health of the land itself. Much of Illinois soil is no longer truly living soil the way it should be after decades of overuse, chemical dependency, and policies that reward short-term yield over long-term sustainability. As governor, I will work with the federal government to piggyback on existing regenerative agriculture grants and incentive programs that help rebuild soil health, improve water retention, reduce input costs, and increase long-term productivity. Regenerative farming isn't a buzzword. It's about keeping land productive for the next generation instead of stripping it bare for the present one. Eminent domain is another area where Illinois has lost its way. Too often, government uses eminent domain not for true public necessity, but for projects that benefit special interests while destroying livelihoods. When land is taken unnecessarily and by force, the people who lose are not lobbyists or bureaucrats, they are families, farmers, and entire communities. That is wrong. As governor, I will put an end to eminent domain abuse. Private property should only be taken as a last resort for legitimate public use, not for convenience, not for politics, and not for corporate gain. Property rights matter, farmers matter, and Illinois must start acting like it. Thank you very much. James Mendrick, DuPage County Sheriff, running for Illinois Governor. God bless.